I love how y'all have selective hearing. I said I'm hearing if they don't give us what we want, we sitting out. And that's the truth. Good.
This is the same person that literally said she didn't know what her WNBA salary was and that it didn't even cover her rent. AngelReese makes at least $5 million.
AngelReese just made one of the most baffling demands in WNBA history. Despite struggling on the court, missing layups, underperforming in games, and stirring up on-court drama, she somehow believes she's earned NBA-level money. And if that wasn't bold enough, she even hinted at a possible lockout if the league doesn't meet her demands.
I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
That's a possibility.
I guarantee you, the intelligent folks, and there are plenty in the WNBA, are saying, well, you two, it's just shut up. Sit out.
Girl, y'all benefited from everything. Y'all youngins benefited from NIL.
What does that mean? We deserve more.
This isn't just entitlement, it's delusion at its peak. Today, we're breaking down exactly why AngelReese is way off base, how she's hurting the WNBA more than helping, and why no one would actually care if she sat out. Get ready, because we're about to expose just how ridiculous this meltdown really is.
40, 50 million. You know who would clap for you all sitting out? The NBA. So they don't have to subsidize your dumbasses to the tune of 40 to 50 million.
AngelReese wants superstar money, but she can't even make a layup. Let's start with the on-court issues, because if you're going to demand a big paycheck, you should at least be playing at an elite level, right? Well, Reese is far from that. Game after game, she's bricking easy shots, struggling to finish at the rim, and putting up some of the most inefficient numbers we've seen.
Threaten the lockout. If y'all don't give us what we want, we sitting out. This is why sometimes you probably should have somebody look over a podcast. She's threatening to go on strike. I actually understand it's the way negotiations work in the CBA. No.
One quick glance at her field goal percentage tells you everything you need to know. You can't be a post player shooting in the mid-30s and expect anyone to take you seriously, especially when you're the worst in the league at finishing within 5 feet of the rim. Even her own fans have started calling out how she pads her rebounding stats by repeatedly missing her own shots just to grab the board. That's not elite play, it's just glorified stat chasing.
Reese may be playing in the league, but who wants to see a goofy 6'6" woman miss layups? Not I.
AngelReese is demanding NBA-level money while missing layups, turning the ball over, and creating drama instead of dominating games. Rather than letting her performance speak for itself, she's built a reputation on trash talk, unnecessary scuffles, and over-the-top antics. But here's the problem. None of it translates to real success on the court.
Reese wants credit. The reason why WNBA is up is because of AngelReese. She's not getting enough credit. She did this too. She taunted CaitlinClark. She made this whole...
Her history of taunting CaitlinClark, instigating drama, and then playing the victim when things don't go her way has made her one of the WNBA's most controversial figures. Yet despite all of this, Reese somehow believes she's a key driver of the league's growth, and that she deserves a bigger paycheck because of it.
Her attention, her notoriety is based off CaitlinClark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks CaitlinClark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with CaitlinClark. Then she's played.
Let's get one thing straight. AngelReese is not carrying the WNBA. Not even close. The league's surge in popularity has nothing to do with her and everything to do with CaitlinClark, and the numbers prove it.
Isn't she shooting like 35% from the field? Can somebody tell me who in the world watches a 35% shooter from the paint that is basically grabbing her own rebounds from her own missed shot?
When Clark plays, arenas sell out, TV ratings skyrocket, and ticket prices triple. When she's not involved, attendance drops and interest fades. Reese, on the other hand, hasn't moved the needle one bit. Yet she has the audacity to act like she's on Clark's level when it comes to growing the league. That's not confidence, it's pure delusion.
I'm an NBA owner. I didn't get rich by wasting a couple million on something that has no chance of making money. These two, sit out. Sit out. See what happens. Now, I would miss watching the Fever. I would miss watching CaitlinClark, but I wouldn't miss anything.
Now Reese is taking her entitlement even further by threatening a lockout if the WNBA doesn't start paying her more. Let's be real. Why should the league invest more money in a player who hasn't proven she can dominate? Why should owners throw more cash at someone who isn't even a top player at her position? Reese acts like an MVP candidate, But in reality, she has a long way to go before being mentioned among the WNBA's best. She's convinced that just because social media hypes her up, she's automatically worth more. But hype doesn't equal value. Not in basketball, and definitely not in business.
Nobody would know who Dijon Carrington was, her sidekick, or no one would know who Angel.
If Reese really wants to get paid more, she should start by improving her game. She needs to focus on winning matchups, playing smart basketball, and making herself indispensable on the court. Complaining about salaries and stirring up unnecessary drama won't get her anywhere. Producing results will.
Yeah, no, the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Let me do the math real quick.
It might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that.
What is my? I don't even know my salary. No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond.
And here's the best part. If players like Dijon Carrington actually sat out, the WNBA wouldn't miss them. In fact, the league might even be better off without the unnecessary antics and drama they bring.
If you really want to go into business, you need to pay some money back. You made absolutely nothing. You haven't really enhanced the league. CaitlinClark has.
We have to be completely honest about this, whether we like it or not. 90% of this revived or renewed interest is really based around one singular.
The WNBA will continue to grow with or without AngelReese because the real star power lies with CaitlinClark and a handful of elite talents. Meanwhile, Reese would just be another player who talked a big game but failed to back it up on the court.
I was funding this league. I'd say, all right, hold on. You got a golden goose. We all got one in CaitlinClark. These people that are criticizing CaitlinClark, these people that are hitting CaitlinClark, these people that are talking as if they are as important as CaitlinClark are hurting our opportunity. They're hurting.
Reese and Carrington are out here acting like the WNBA is raking in billions, but let's be real. The league is still surviving off the NBA's financial backing. These players are demanding NBA-level salaries without even understanding how their own league operates.
To grow the game, all right, grow the game. All I'm saying is if you want to play in the big leagues, if you want to be somebody that transcends the game, you got to have a personality. I will give AngelReese this. She has a personality. It's ignorance. It's stupid. I mean, it's real.
Let's break it down. Unlike the NBA, which generates billions annually through TV deals, sponsorships, merchandise, and ticket sales, the WNBA is still operating at a loss. In fact, the league remains financially dependent on the NBA, which injects roughly $40 to $50 million each year just to keep it afloat.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
And the Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history. Clarkonomics, my friend.
Now, here's where Reese really exposes her ignorance. She recently went on a podcast complaining that future WNBA rookies will make more than her due to the next collective bargaining agreement. She acted like this was some massive injustice, completely ignoring the simple reality that salaries increase over time as revenue grows. That's just basic sports economics. Instead of focusing on improving her game to secure a bigger contract in the future, Reese is out here whining about hypothetical paychecks that don't even exist yet.
I have a suggestion for you. Don't sit out. You have a real opportunity right now. The only time, think about it, baseball is going to go away on ESPN. ESPN is pushing women's sports like never before. Instead of having every single person with a reasonable mind say, look, morons, nobody's going to miss you. This is your time. Take advantage.
But let's address the biggest myth Reese keeps trying to push, the idea that she's responsible for the WNBA's growth.
People in sports and saying, wait for it, they need more money, threatening to hold out if they don't get what.
Reality check. She's not. CaitlinClark is, and the numbers prove it. Every major spike in WNBA viewership and attendance this season can be traced back to one player, Clark. Indiana Fever games are selling out nationwide, not because of Reese, but because Clark is a generational talent who has completely changed the landscape of the league.
Angel's more concerned about being an influencer, content creator, over being a better basketball player. This was her taking pictures, hanging out with some rappers and producers, etc.
You think you could get a bucket in this format, full court 3-on-3?
You don't think I can get a bucket?
Yeah.
If AngelReese on my team, yeah.